All right. Welcome officially to week 21. It has been an insane week. Again, news saturation, and I just wake up every single day hating the Bay Area and everything else that's here. All right. So yes, let me resize this correctly. Lots to talk about, obviously. We'll cover the highlights, domestic and internationally. But the big news is really about the death of the American Republic, and it's kind of devastating. I think a lot of us, have reached this conclusion long ago. But I think with what's coming out of Kentucky, it's very conclusive that we are definitely not voting our way out of this. And I know there's a lot of at least the online rhetoric with the more youth-oriented demographics on X.com. There's infinite boomer hate, but um yeah, while that's very relevant, no other generation has had so much and fumbled uh so much also in the pass down of intergenerational wealth either. But I think it's also divisive in the sense that it's part of the divide and conquer strategy, right? So as long as we're yelling at the boomers and not yelling at the legislators and the enforcers, then this really turns into a basically I would like this, like, since kinetic activity is inevitable. I would like this not to de-evolve into a civil war, but into a revolution, right? Like we need to just tar and feather a lot of mofos. And I think it's inevitable at this point. And the 80-year curse of Israel is upon us. And so they've chosen, this path, and it's the take no quarters, maximum grifting mode. And if anything, I think Israel should have given this token victory uh to the Americans. And this greediness will yeah, it's this is the final coffin in the PR grave, at least. So I think this will end very badly. So, but yeah, Ed Gelrin has won the Kentucky district for House of Reps in Massey's incumbent area. I don't know how the hell that happened. No one's ever seen this guy debate and anything. Obviously, a plant, obviously, mail in ballots, last minute, blah, 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 blah. Very high concentration of donors, all last minute. 70 versus Massey's, I think 1,600, and a lot of weird quirks in the analytics. Obviously, it was stolen and fugazi. So, but yeah, this is the death of the Republic, and we're absolutely not voting our way out of this. So, um,
I think you're too young to realize that everybody knew that Massey was going to be targeted, and uh,
yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah.
the generation before the boomers are worse. Trust me.
Wait,
Kinds of
general base
people who
generation before,
turn
like,
out to be Hillary Clintons are definitely worse because
so,
they're trying to destroy the nation at this point. There's giant 3% population that would just like to blow everything up. They're
so,
still back in the 60s wanting to be revolutionaries, blow things up.
so are you talking about the echo boomers?
I don't.
Uh,
Um,
let's see, boomers
what's the
breakdown.
the great generation is
Born in the 20s, I
I don't
believe.
there's two generations of boomers also, but
Yeah, there's
nobody
the
ever
echo boomers and then the regular. Let's double check. Okay. Baby boomers born between 46 and 64. Currently 61 and 79. About 73 million in the US. Larry's older than that, right? Larry's older than Dirt, so he's in that echo boomer category here.
but like I'm at the
49.
boundary, and
Yeah.
the people who are more than about 5 years older than me are
Hmm.
definitely a completely different generation than my generation. I would draw the X line differently, basically.
And as a DJ, I can verify this. The cutoff is Elvis Presley. It's like if you were dancing the twist and chubby checker tracks, you're Echo Boomer. And then on the other side of the boomer, it gets a little bit more modern. Uh but yeah, Elvis is the cutoff. It's kind of interesting. I DJ'd
Remember the
go ahead, Larry.
I remember the twist.
The twist, yes. Chubby checker, Little Richie. uh but yes. All right, cool. But yes, that is the boomer. Oh, and here Kurt's mention SpaceX's flight number 12, that's today. And then we'll definitely mention about their IPO and Sam Altman's trying to rush this. So yeah, this will be cool. Obviously this will be on X.com. But yeah, let me drop the Starship launch deets here in our notes. All right, cool. All right, excellent. But yeah, I'm so excited to look at this Feynman breakdown. And what the hell is Elon smoking with his new S1 and like I just cannot believe what the world that we live in. But anyway, um uh
Did you see the movie of the guy who tried to float his Cybertruck in Austin?
wait, what?
Yeah,
What is float Austin Cybertruck float? These are good search terms. Wow. Wow.
I think
Larry,
alcohol was involved.
I think harder drugs were involved. Wow. I hope you guys are grateful that Larry does the deep intel here, the true, real investigative journalism that impacts your portfolio. So yes, the Bud Light crowd is at it again. Cybertruck crossing a river. And if you guys remember Oregon Trail, the rule of thumb, do you ford or do you caulk the wagon? If the water's above 3.5 feet, you need to caulk the wagon and float across. If it's under 3.5 feet, you can try to ford and hope nobody drowns.
So
Uh,
did you learn that in a video game?
yes.
Yeah.
In fact,
I just
uh, Oregon Trail, there's an advanced version. Oregon Trail.
I kind of remember. I just
Let me get you the link. It's awesome.
it's like XYZZY is in my
Yeah.
generation.
Okay. But yes, this came out in 95. Yes, there's an advanced version of Oregon Trail 2, and it's for free. It's now public domain. Let me get you guys the link. It's so fun. It's on classic games free online. It's ultra technical. Like it's not easy. Let me get you the link. It's so good. Your kids will not pass this. Like if they do, I will give them like money. I'll give them $20 if they cannot die. And it cannot be the banker because the banker has all the money. But yeah, let me get this Oregon Trail. Yeah, Larry, have your kids play this. It's hella fun. It's like watch them like just struggle and die. All right, here's the link. Oregon Trail 2. It's ultra complicated. You go to the general store, there's like 700 items to pick from. You actually have to buy the right antiseptic. And like you have to buy salt, otherwise all the food goes bad because you're not automatically salting the food. It's very technical. You'll learn like, holy shit, we forgot the vinegar back in Independence, Missouri. We're gonna die in Lake Tahoe at the Donner Party area. It's hilarious. It's a very good logistical game. It takes like an hour to 2 hours to run it through. It trains it's a difficult game. It's really fun and educational. But yes, that's how I know like all these Oregon Trail specific logistics. Uh, and what is this Senna mom van? Toyota's finest. Uh, wow, what? Mom and Toyota Senna see pulling stuck Cybertruck. Holy shit! Soccer mom to the rescue. Shit, that is hella embarrassing. You know, oh my God. Holy shit. That is pathetic. Oh my gosh. Toyota Sienna. Man, you gotta man. Again, when I see a Cybertruck, I just shake my head. I'm just like, yeah, nobody loves you. And obviously, you're under 5'5". That is so good. Thank you. I hope you guys feel better about your portfolio. To all the oil hustlers out there, this is all we got. Oh, I mean, crude oil's still at 100. Like, what the hell is going on? We have a second straight closing, and the world's like, la, 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 la. This is bullshit. Uh, all right. Moving on to our second bullet point. We got to get through this. Okay. All right. I'll keep it together. All right. Uh, Pivoting to our first foray into the disastrous tech news of the week. Elon Musk, among the many things he's being the front man for. We have a slight pivot back to Neuralink, but yes, Musk predicts some kind of brain machine interface that gives you cybernetic superpowers. And when technologies are hitting like Jesus level miracles, that's pretty good. Um, yeah. Um, um, I I mean I can't speak for all the Christians, but generally Jesus level miracle is a very hefty claim. And was it hefty claims need heavy evidence? And it's a little it's not heresy yet, but uh I just don't think a normal, Catholic or Orthodox person would say that phrase. I'm just a little concerned. Now, we've always been concerned about Elon, but yeah, this is gonna go nowhere good fast, and we forget that Elon is part of the police state apparatus class. So just remember that. Just remember that. Like I rave about Super Grok, but I also know there's substantial limitations, and I try to not touch those third rails. And uh and my newest insight from Grok this week is that Grok is ultra soft on on Indians and H-1Bs, and keeps Grok keeps accusing me of like substantial ethno hatred, and it's like, well, you're not wrong, but why are you so soft on the Browns? But yeah, okay, good times. And then let's get to
Because that's billionaire class gets their minions to work for them.
there you go, and it's also a customer base, right? So yeah. And again, it's weird to see the H-1Bs. They love buying Teslas, um, American muscle cars, right? Camaros, Mustangs, Challengers, Chargers. God help us all. So yeah. All right, but yes, let's pivot to Anthropic. So this is very interesting. So Colossus One is going to power Claude, and to the tune of like I don't have the compute figures in front of me. I think that's been announced, or maybe that's still up in the air. But again, I'm just still very impressed that racks of Blackwells are that fungible. But yeah, basically Anthropic is going to pay XAI to help train Claude while heavy Grok watches from afar. This is going to be very interesting. And again, Scam Altman is very concerned. And Scam Altman's trying to rush his IPO. And then Elon's like, oh, no, you don't. So, yeah,
Uh,
interesting. Go ahead, Dave.
Nothing.
Yeah, all
I'm
good, all good.
pounding on the decks.
Yeah, yeah. And then I'm so yeah, I'm keeping abreast and again trying to do I'm getting back into the AI bot game and I need to finish this other project, but then um yeah, I think a agentic swarm again running with local solutions is mandatory no matter what you're paying or renting from, whether it's Anthropic, which is gonna be pretty big coming up, and then Grok, which is kind of on the fringes still. But yeah. All right, let's pivot to CTA macros and the big boys. So yes, hedge funds are pivoting to going the other direction very quickly, and we're seeing lots of bearish action with the semiconductors from the institutions and fancier firms. And again, let's break down the 13F from Mr. Leopold, and let's ask Grok to do the heavy lifting. Please break down Leopold's new 13F and highlight new positions, please. All right. So while that's thinking, and let's see the little agents at work. I always like that. Um, okay. Da, 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 da. Oh, I don't think Leopold's not the side of situational awareness. Nope. Sorry, that went to the wrong organization. But yeah, let's let that cook in the background. Let me see what charts do I have on Schwab? Oh yeah, let's go back to our Nvidia. So yeah, Nvidia had a great double beat, substantial increase of the dividend, buyback schedule. To a certain extent, you could just buy government IOUs and get a better ROI technically at 5.2%. But yeah, this is how did you guys trade this for earnings yesterday? I just stayed away, but Flav, I'm sure you hustled this. Strangles?
Yeah, I had cover calls. It was good.
Okay, okay, nice. Like, do you typically put a like a slight hedge onto that, or do you expect like a bounce back or
Well, it is hedged because it's in the money.
oh okay, okay. Oh yeah, I'm with you. Cool.
So I had it could have fallen. I still would have been okay.
Yeah, good stuff. But on the 1 year chart here, that is a big doji from yesterday. Let's take a look at that. That looks like a very high head and long body, relatively. Let's see. Oh my God, Schwab. Come on. Oh my God. Yeah, Zoom and Swap today are not playing nice today. This is not going to be fun. Okay. Uh, yeah. Okay. Something's wrong. we'll circle back to that. All right. Let's get back to this. Still very concentrated. Top 10 represents 73% of the book. And this again is our ex OpenAI researcher and chief of staff. That's pretty big up there. So again, very major Dr. Michael Burry-esque themes with the chip maker puts. And the Korean situation also had some labor disputes with Samsung specifically. And my spy crafter mind automatically thinks like, dirty labor union delegates. Shout out to Goodfellas and Ray Dalio. Um, but yeah, so let's see. These puts include Nvidia, the semiconductor ETF itself, Broadcom, Oracle, AMD, Micron, ASML, Intel, Corning, and Taiwan Semiconductor. And again, I consider Leopold like a very bizarre white unicorn of a turtle resting on a fence post. And if you believe his organic origin story, you're clearly not paying attention because Amazon, Steve Jobs, like all these guys, like the garage story has been debunked. Like it's not as organic as it seemed. These were just front guys for DLD, and they had the right family connections. And if you look into their family trees, you're gonna find feds, and we're gonna leave it at that. All right, pivoting to longs. Bloom Energy, our big dog, right off the 237. And I'm trying not to have too much FOMO and trying to drink down the bile that's coming in my gut. But yes, I was interviewing there and it did not go well because they did not accept my religious exemption. Like, yeah. Like that's a couple million that didn't materialize. Okay. What else? Longs also include miners and data center proxy pivots, which include CleanSpark, Riots, and Applied Digital and Iron. Very interesting. And then new call options on SanDisk and Micron and TSM. That might be a hedge or I mean, there's some overlapping stuff with the puts, but yeah. Okay, but over and all, more money's being deployed, and then bearish stuff, broad puts, and selective calls on limited upside. And yeah, so still very energy focused and taking profits in chips. So it's a very sane portfolio, and wouldn't it be bad to follow along with some of this stuff like Bloom Energy and then semiconductor shorts, or go long Bloom Energy after this next major correction that seems to be inevitable. All right, cool. But yeah, that's the lay of the land. Any questions, comments about our boy Leopold? All right, if not, let's look at the darker side of the Nvidia stuff. I know the bullish news is everywhere, so we're gonna kind of ignore that. We're gonna look a little bit deeper, and I want to focus on my two favorite analysts, my two fellow Nvidia haters, just Dario here, and we'll look at we'll pull up Kakashi's latest Twitter posts in just a bit. And both these guys, ironically, are located in Hong Kong. And then what's interesting is both my favorite analysts that are Nvidia haters are also two titans in the precious metal space. And I love that sound money philosophy naturally extends its default aggression and skepticism towards Nvidia's very difficult circular Enron-like accounting. So there is that correlation, and you should expect that with not just myself, but any other savvy and experienced veteran of the precious metals markets, because they're proper haters through and through. And
don't forget Super Micro.
Oh yeah. We gotta talk about the Fugazi unaudited numbers. And Flaw says market's melting up, Iran deal. And obviously that's got to be an Axios headline because Iran's like 4 a.m. right now over there. Oh, I think it's even later. But yeah, I got nothing on at the moment. This can't be good for gold and silver. Actually, gold and silver going up, and so is oil and oh, gold's going up a lot. GDX spiking faster than the ES at the moment because people smell taco cheese sauce, obviously. All right, that's pretty cool. All right. My gold homies understand. Oil dumping. Yeah, oil dumping, gold picking up. That's very interesting. That's not the expected move. That's interesting. And BTC pacing the indexes. Okay, very interesting. We have we have liftoff somewhere today at least. That's cool. But yes, let's get back to the Nvidia Fugazi. So let's start off. Cash. Cash is king, right? And Nvidia, yeah. So Nvidia's cash only grew by 600 milli. And let's see, now 95% of its operating cash flow is absorbed in circular financing versus 57% 1 year ago. So again, this whole AI hype is about 10 companies writing fictitious checks to each other. So yeah. All right. With that, let's go to our Kakashi side and let me just turn off Schwab. It's crashing. Like I don't know. I think something's not playing well. All right, let me
You
find
know,
our
you should ask Grok to help you write scripts that diagnose your problems and turn off things. You'll get a huge advantage. I'm guarantee it.
Oh, no, that's more than fair. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I ask Grok for a lot of shit now.
Yeah, it'll write you little scripts that you can clean up your system before the meeting.
Yeah, yeah, everything from like minor
Diagnose
DNS
what the hell's going
updates.
wrong.
Yeah, yeah. There are build specific issues and all kinds of things that you can help troubleshoot.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wasn't. Yeah, just you got a lot of things going on. Grok will be able to diagnose your problem. You could just turn it in a little script.
All right. Let's oh, okay. Looks like Kakashi hasn't caught up with all the notes yet. Um Here's the latest. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, this looks like he hasn't reviewed this in detail. So we'll skip this. But yeah. And again, it's confusing with the Microsoft cannibalization and Copilot versus Gemini, and then Apple's trying to say like, let's just look out for the winner. And let's see, what did Fluff say? All follows reverse dollar. Toss works well with Windows 10 and 11. Yeah, yeah, I have a pile of Windows 10 laptops. I'm just reluctant to get onboarded. I just can't stand it. Oh, yeah, I'll figure this out. And I'm trying to spin up Webull and IBKR before the June 4th thing and expand into Indian rupee and some other stuff. Because the Indian rupee is collapsing and Modi is just he used reverse psychology on Indians. Like, hey guys, please don't buy gold and silver. Yeah, thanks a lot. Everyone read that memo as absolutely go buy gold and silver. All right, good times. But yes, Oracle again is still massively over leveraged. The private credit swap, again, redemptions are still relatively restricted, and we pretended like this problem disappeared. Um, I finally my Aries and KKR and all my stuff I had to close at a loss. It's just gone the other way since April, and I'll be back. I have some alerts set up, but I guess we're not dumping on that note just yet. And maybe the pinprick is really semiconductors. It's just a bizarre market, and I don't know what to make of it. But yeah, I think we are, like Dr. Burry says, we are minutes away from destruction. But yeah. Uh, and I do see a GDX position here. I didn't. Let me ask Rock really quick. How's the GDX? How's the GDX position? Okay, I'll let that cook. Um, and then let's talk Korea for a second. That's been bonkers. And shout out to the BTS fans. They were at Stanford at the stadium. If you were confused why there were so many black boots all of a sudden in the Stanford area, that's why over the weekend. Um, oh, so our boy here, Leopold, fully exited his GDX position. Uh, looks like it was a temporary hedge and it's gone. So he's more into energy than commodities. And that's fair. Uh I don't mind looking like the retard. And it's kind of like, again, like, I come from the rich dad, poor dad school, side of the house. And again, one of my favorite lines from that book is in the middle of the book, Robert has to kind of decide like which father figure to follow, right? And his real dad is his poor dad, the school teacher that doesn't understand business at all. And his poor dad is his best friend's dad, who's the middle school dropout, but owns like restaurants, construction companies, convenience stores, and is just hustling like a mofo out there. And my best line, again, my favorite is, the rich man was not yet rich, and the poor man was not yet poor. And Robert had to make the call. And um yeah, and that's how I feel about commodities. Like there's been an interesting pilot with silver from September and December of last year, but since then it's been a little bit choppy. So, but again, I still think the biggest short squeeze is silver for multiple reasons, right? It's precious metals. There's a monetary aspect to it. There's a tremendous short uh, aspect to everyone's bigger books at the institutional level. And I think the rooster will come home to roost, and everyone will eat humble pie in due time. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, the libertarians and the gold camps, we've been saying this for since the 70s. So any day now, any day now. Okay, but yeah, let's talk Korea for a second. It is psycho levels of frothiness there. Um, just massive liquidity has been weaponized. People are taking loans out to extremes. People in their 50s and 60s are using margin to the max, breaking savings deposits, surrendering life insurance policies purely for cash value to chase. And it looks like free money. And if you watch any Korean dramas, they are complete degenerate psychos. They go hard in the paint like nobody else's business. And again, if you kind of understand Korean culture, they are status obsessed because it's a very fragmented society with extreme income inequality. And if you kind of know Korea's history, it parallels Japan a bit, where the corporate dominance is centralized with the military families that were affiliated with the dictatorship, right? The Meiji Restoration side in Japan, and then the Korean military dictatorship on their side until about the 80s, right? And all those 20 military families got monopolies, and turns out the big dog happens to be Samsung and Hynix, which were both like low grade fisherman commodity hustles back in the day, and that's how they started. So it's kind of incredible to see them balloon up here. And but yeah, now it's like Dave says, right? Squid Games galore. It's absolutely overheated. And I specifically drag my ass out of the house to sit at particularly the right Starbucks. And there's one that's nestled right in between Samsung and Hynix. And those guys all like frequent this place between 12 and 1 p.m. And uh my Korean is not good enough to really eavesdrop, but I can definitely hear like tickers, right? AMD gets mentioned a lot, Intel gets mentioned a lot. And I know enough prepositions to kind of guess at the tone of the conversation. And when EWI was dropping and whatnot, the Korean patrons were visibly distressed. So yeah. Um, it's very interesting. So yeah, with the Korean crowds, I try with the right audience, I try to read their micro expressions. So yeah, good times there. So yeah, this is insanity. If this ain't frothiness, what is, right? It's just pure psycho. And then there's an older Korean proverb, if you've ever like watched like K-dramas and whatnot. Seoul real estate always goes up. Like that just shows you kind of like the mindset of the Koreans. Like they're just permanent degenerate gamblers because their society is just so stacked. And like imagine, I mean, we kind of have it in the United States, but just to show you like the stratification of their economy, um, it's what you call it. The folks that work at for the chaebols, the Samsungs, the Hynexes, right? The military dictatorship adjacent quasi state enterprises, right? those folks, they regularly pay 2x more than conventional jobs. So if you had job A at a generic semiconductor fab versus job B at Samsung or Hynix, you can safely assume Hynix and Samsung to have like 2x compensation power or more, right? Let's kind of look at the Samsung labor dispute that's been happening, right? And their ask is very interesting. So let's just take a look at that. And um, you know, knowing kind of New Jersey mafioso history and Teamsters Union, I'm a little bit suspicious of labor unions, right? But let me back up for a second. I absolutely still defend the workers' right to organize and to associate. Now, whether that's useful and actually moves the needle and doesn't finance super PACs and other degeneracy, that's a different question. But I think everyone from Starbucks workers can unionize, and it's ironic to see Starbucks HQ take a demonic approach to that. Like if there's any whiff of union, like if there's any whiff of union talk, that store gets fucking nuked from the atmosphere. But yeah, let's look at the payout here. So we got Samsung, 48,000 workers. And if I recall, their ask was fairly substantial. They want to cut of the profits, substantial spikes. Um, and yeah, this strike has been fairly long, 18 days in the making. Um, is there other sovereign nations involved with the instigators? You bet. Labor union delegates are known double and triple agents. Are you kidding me? But yeah, let's see. And this does I can't help but see the Karl Marxian overlaps here, right? Like seizing the means of production. Like this is typical super asshole moves, and not to defend like extreme like union busters like the Pinkertons and whatnot. But shout out to the cowboys. If you guys know like American cowboy history, the whole term of the rednecks was a coal mine versus the Pinkertons. And they had a company store abuse sting, and some like a couple thousand miners held off the entire fucking US Army for like 2 or 3 weeks with machine guns against airplanes and bombs. And they wore a red handkerchief around their neck, which is where the term redneck comes from. So, you know, and the Chinese have done that with against the railroads and the gold and silver mining in the Sierras as well. So you know, righteous rebellion is fundamental. So I don't want to knock that. I just it's a complicated vortex of shit. I mean, that's probably the best thing to explain it with. But yeah, let's talk about the actual dollars and unit costs economics here, right? Okay, this article sucks ass. Let's go to a better article. Um, All right. Obviously, Samsung wants to avert the strike for obvious reasons. They got helium shortages and now labor shortages. Just like, what the fuck? What does the prime minister say? This is a grave impact on the national economy. Like, no fucking shit. Well, anyway, but yeah. All right. So, semiconductors accounted for 37% of the country's fucking exports. Holy shit. Up from 20% a year earlier. Okay. All right. Let's go to what they wanted. Blah, blah, blah. All right. The union has called for scrapping of the cap on bonus pay, currently set at 50% of annual base salary. And they want allocation of 15% of annual profits on top of bonus pay. Uh, yeah, that's quite the that's highway robbery rates. So yeah. And then the union membership, oh wow. This is 70% of Samsung's South Korean workforce. So that is substantial bargaining power. And if I was an enemy sovereign nation, like say, you know, Kim Jong-un, I would be very interested in this, right? No better way to fuck with South Korea than with their labor union, right? And $1 of bribes and lobbying efforts, you definitely equals one vote there. Maybe you get better economies of scale, if anything. But yeah, let me drop this article in the chat. And again, labor unions, the secret fifth column of operations. We don't talk about it often enough. And but skilled labor is a force to be reckoned with. And at least with the mining side, right? With oil, gas, energy, and rare earths and precious metals, and even base metals, the skilled labor side there has depleted quite a bit. It's just, geology is not hot, right? And we don't quite have the right allocation of PhDs and IQ points, unfortunately. So, um, uh, one second. Um, One second. I need to respond to an urgent text. One second. Okay. All right. Thank you. Sorry. Uh, All right. So yeah, all eyes on South Korea. This is the canary in a coal mine. And again, the real driver behind the South Korean mania again is Japan. And I know it's not in our notes, but bond yields have exploded all across the world, and that's also related to Thomas Massey's loss, right? And we can't kick the can down the road. And I know in his press conference, he actually had some funny shit, and this shows you how wholesome he is, and still in good spirits, and he understands what's going on, right? So he said, "Yeah, it took a while to call Mr. The other guy who won because the phone number was went to Tel Aviv." It's kind of funny. And what else he opened with? Like that was the most expensive house primary in American history, right? 30 to 40 million. Just incredible. And but yeah, again, that was a signal to long-term bondholders that the inflationary risk with the US dollar will not be contained. This will be a hard landing. Debasement is not is oh, it's already baked in, but now it will be on a speed run. So it's pretty serious. And yeah. What did Floss say here? Uh iMac Retina 5K 2014. Oh, look at that i7 still cooking 32 GBs with an AMD cooking with 4 GB discrete GPU cookies.
So I think for TOS, Intel is better. The old Intel Macs are better than the Apple silicon.
Right, for single threaded processing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. At the CPU level. Yeah, yeah. So yeah. And the unified memory stuff with the newer CPU lines for MacBooks is great for local AI bots, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
why you're seeing the resurrection of uh, the entire M series. Like I have a couple alerts just to pick up like cheaper units on Craigslist for this, and there is a drought for cheap M1 MacBook Pros. I'm looking for like MacBook 2, sorry, M2 like cheap ones, and all the Retina M2s, M1s, M3s are gone.
They
So
jacked up the prices. Yeah.
exactly, yeah, yeah. So it's not just the Mac Mini, but again, like you guys are the electrical engineers, right? Like the unified, like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I just can read the brochure, right? The unified memory architecture of the M series just works for AI calculations. I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah, because it has to shuttle data back and forth super quick.
Okay.
So yeah, for LLM, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
the other data point is the RTX 3060 with 12 gigabytes, which actually is the lowest end model, is just disappeared because those extra 4 gigabytes makes AI run so much better.
Yeah, and we're seeing Google pivot to TPUs, right? And we're seeing China with this recent Beijing trip be more of a nothing burger, right? It's just a bunch of bullshit, cute waitresses, pretending to not be spies, and like it's just a fugazi, right? Both Xi Jinping needs this aggressive posturing to buy peace back at home for another 5 minutes, right? And Donald Trump needs to look like he's working the circuit, right? Um, but he's just spreading his taco sauce all across the board. And ironically, I was looking more into the Beijing outcomes, and Xi Jinping didn't sit down with a single tech CEO. Like he refused them point blank. So that's why Jansen Wong like pieced out to go get noodles. There's footage of that, and he didn't talk to Elon, didn't talk to Jobs. Uh, I think the only guy who really got FaceTime was Larry Fink, and I'm sure Dave's thrilled about that. Um, yeah,
Ever feel about certain things.
yeah. Uh, so yeah. Um, oh, and then this guy's kind of funny, but yeah, Heisenberg on X.com is hilarious. It's a bit of a normie, but he does talk a lot of funny shit. So yes, Koreans no food, Koreans no drama, and Koreans no pop. And again, shout out to the BTS army that was just here. And then I'm sure Amazon ran out of black boots all of a sudden, at least locally. So yeah, again, shout out to Goodfellas and the best single long shot of the century was that restaurant scene where Ray's character says, "I'm a union delegate," right? And then his date and future wife says, your hands don't feel like construction hands. It's just a great line, great scene. Um, and there's a warmth and an aesthetic to mob mafioso life, at the wise guy level that's just preserved so beautifully. And again, rest in peace, Ray, one of my favorite actors in the kind of gangster genre next to Andy Garcia. But yeah, Italian mob stories will never be the same without him. It's a shame. All right. Um, all right, pivoting to other fun geopolitical news on the domestic side, at least. This is a little bit in my wheelhouse. Uh, so West Marine, if you know boats, this is like the tractor supply for boats and yachts and like the fishing boys. Um, a marine engine specializations is its own animal, as my small engine friends tell me. And if you've ever looked at like labor rates for that, it is astronomical, and the distribution of IQ points is not equal there. It's a very nichey and quirky field. But yeah, um, West Marine has filed for bankruptcy. Like that's pretty extreme. This is a national player, so there will be a supply drought that will be irreplaceable. And you guys kind of know my background a little bit. My IoT phase of my life was kind of interesting. Let me look it up. Connected Yard. Let me see if I can find a good footage. So I used to work for a company called Connected Yard, and it was an IoT play, based in North San Jose. The CEO had Comcast money and Xfinity money, and then was bankrolling this and just could not make it work. So let me just back up a little bit for a second. This product was kind of interesting. It was a water chemistry analyzer for your hot tub or pool, and it outputted continuous water chemistry. You could set alerts. They were selling a chemical subscription component to this as well. And instead of, testing your water frequently, you just set it and forget it. Sounds great. The brochure looks awesome. In real life, disaster, recalls, catastrophic failures. And I saw from behind the scenes, we had three layers of problems. Contract manufacturing woes at the hardware level, firmware problems, software problems, just could never get it right. And one of the three things would always fuck up. And if that wasn't fucking up, distribution and warehousing and drop shipping on the US side was fucking up. It was just a disaster. So from that point of view, that was my foray into like IoT, and like, holy shit, do not go into the hardware world. It's just too many things to fix. So yeah, I sat next to the dev team, and these guys just did not sleep because everything was breaking all of the time, and they had different product cohorts failing for different reasons, and it just consumed money. So anyway, knowing that, eventually it was bought by like a Hayward Water Industries, which competes with a Leslie's Pool Supplies and blah blah blah. So the Caucasian water world is a beautiful barometer of true middle class health. And if this is having problems, we fucked. We fucked. And if the Asians aren't buying grand pianos and the white boys aren't buying, jet skis and boats, then it's definitely a recessional indicator. And you don't need to go to Rick's Cabaret to verify this. Like you can hear it from the horse's mouth. All right. Deep dive done. All right. let's talk gold and silver, and then we'll get to anything else you guys want, and maybe we can fire Schwab and actually look at the market and look at some actual price action. But yes, sayonara Comex. There's been drastic updates at the Hong Kong level, and now you kind of see why Jamie Dimon moved his precious metals team all the way to Singapore. So it's not just that for the Shanghai Futures Exchange, but what else is coming after that, right? So we're going to see a new gold clearing system that's going to be headquartered in Hong Kong. And this is going to really emphasize physical delivery in a way that the COMEX can't. And let's go to the US debt clock. And I
So
just want to
that was a business decision.
oh,
He did that himself. That was them saying screw Comex and all of the other infrastructure of melting things and certifying things and inventorying things and storing things, and there's a giant business related to that.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a big FU to America type. I'm just gonna go move everything to China. I have no loyalty.
100%. And to go with the drug dealer ethos, it is about product on hand and cash on delivery. Like you do not mess with that. I saved this for you guys. And again, Warren is just the interesting juxtaposition between the boardroom and the back alley for some reason. And let me pull it. If you want to know, and what is one of the like, let me just pull it up. Let me fire up Grok. All right. A day in the life of a drug dealer. Let me just show you. Oh, sorry, hold on. What am I looking for? Sudir. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. I wanted to show you, like we talk about the drug dealer mindset a little bit. All right. Just to show you the operational extremes, right? All right. This is just one of a couple scenario questions. Just follow along with me. This is a snapshot to the Chicago 1990s gangland crack epidemic era. All right. So, okay, here is this is the question, this is the pitch, this is the small deal, this is the trade parameters. Just think of it this way. You're a dealer. Option one, a supplier offers crack at a discount now, $100 today instead of a normal 125, and you'll have to pay a higher price in the future. Versus option two, pay a higher price now to lock in a lower price discount down the line and months later. From a pure game theory, maximum equity positioning, uh, but with Chicago characteristics in mind, the correct play is option one because you want the sure bet now, and you do not want guarantees down the line. And again, it violates what we just specified, right? Product on hand, cash on delivery. So you don't know if the other guy, the dealer's gonna snitch, go to jail, get murked. You don't know. So there is very low ROI with delayed gratification at the calculus of the drug dealer nexus. Okay, and then just there's some more cool scenario questions. We won't get into it, but that just shows you a little bit about the mindset. And here's some ongoing daily inventory questions, right? Are you losing any of your regulars? Anybody complaining? Have you heard people leaving you for others? Anybody watching you? Any new hustlers hanging around? Have you seen any N-words come around? So very interesting, right? And you can trust and believe. I ask my long mining positions these kind of questions every single day. It's like, have you seen any paramilitaries in Mali like try to shake you down lately? Have you seen any narco cartel guys, fuck up my Mexico silver mining operations? These are like daily questions. All right. Interesting little deep dive. But yes, back to Hong Kong. So yeah, sayonara Comex, and just again to pull up right here, paper to silver ratio. Again, this is a fuzzy math even at this level, but it's at least 389 to 1. So that's dirty, fictitious paper contracts relative to product on hand delivery. And paper to gold ratios even is almost a third as bad at 145 to 1. So it's very extreme. And again, the biggest short squeeze is still silver. And I've defended this since 2020 with the GameStop era, because upon doing short squeeze research then, it was revealed that again, the money's here. And I just don't know when this is going to reevaluate, but it will be soon. And because the banks are and the central banks are disclosing their hands, right? They're updating all the price targets and whatnot. So, like in the big short context, back to the '06 to '08 era, they're telling you that they're finally going long and they've finally been able to close all their naked shorts. And the JP Morgan short strike that they were dealing with for them and their friends was $75 an ounce physical silver. So right now, we're finally off of that, or we're just still near that, right? So physical spot, according to Chicago, is $77 at the moment and 45, 48 for gold. And Shanghai is regular in the 90s every single day at the Shanghai exchange. And China's been buying the dip on the American side like there's no tomorrow. So, and then the American media just won't call them out because they've lost the Silver War. And the whole reason America was in Beijing was to beg for rare earth. It's like, hey, can you please give us the ingredients so we can resume our war with you through the proxies and otherwise? And the big question mark again about Beijing was Taiwan. And Trump is just kissing Xi Jinping's ass for rare earths and has kind of stated that they're kind of back off on the Taiwan situation. Uh and again, as with the ex-CCP intel from your boy himself, I've sat in the stupid banquet halls and I've heard the fucking official opinion from the cadres themselves. Like it's a matter of existential pride. It's kind of like, it's both, the book of Genesis and the book of Revelations for the Chinese. They were born fighting the Taiwanese and they're gonna die fighting the Taiwanese. It's just poetic, and it's what's gonna happen. And then pivoting to squatters with katanas in Oakland. Oh, this is awesome. This is awesome. I have heard about this. Yes. I have legitimately thought about this because wait, can I name who this person is? Um, I bring him up. He doesn't attend Thursdays anymore, but he had a problem with one of his facilities in his residential portfolio in San Jose. And it was worse than this. It became a out of control weed grow in his house, which is catastrophic. And if they cross contaminate with meth production at all, you have to gut the whole fucking house because there's hazmat issues with meth production. Uh, but yes, I may have offered a friend's services, if you can read between the lines, of the hockey mask crew, and he declined and suffered the consequences. And I thought it myself, like, if I legitimately had a squatter, I would have a lot of fun with that, and so would my friends. Do not fuck with Do not fuck with Warren's real estate portfolio. Before he was the stock trader guy, he was the real estate guy. Like, I brought tools to work. Do not fuck with me.
I think there's a reality TV show about that,
That would be hilarious.
where,
There's a
where
couple of folks.
somebody who was like a bail bondsman
Correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
off into kicking people out of squatter houses.
Right. He got a lease himself. There's a way to do it. He played loud noises, locked out the other squatters. There's a whole
Right,
checklist of
right.
things
But
to
they
do.
were all already comfortable in that boundary area of just like breaking all the rules of,
Yeah,
they were
like
chasing bail bonds.
like right. And Warren does have that bail bondsman fugitive hunting ethos. If you don't, just hire the professionals. They're a lot more affordable than you think. And
Yeah,
You know,
that was where I was going. That
half of this
you
is
call up your
fun.
local bail bondsman and find their friends will be a lot cheaper than the professional.
Right. And then Dave's alluding to darker mysteries
Yeah.
of that sector, which is they have friends, their friends have legal and illegal vocations in this direction. They have
And
what's
they look
called,
scary.
right, it does get scary. In the legal
Well,
side,
no, they look scary,
they look scary.
and they're willing to just do crazy shit that scares people.
Oh, intimidation is
Yeah.
part of the play for sure. Like I don't wear this mohawk, for just to augment my pretty face. It's a threat deterrent. But anyway, um, uh, the legal mercenaries, if you didn't know, they carry guard cards. That's like a concealed carry permit, but for security guards. Just for fun, I was actually uh looking to get this myself. Just because there's some specific use cases. Um, but yeah, like basically you can carry weapons legally. That's why like you ever seen like security guards like on BART with weapons open carried. It's because they have a guard card. Yeah. But yeah, so I mean this probably will only interests me, but yeah. Um and eventually, yeah, but anyway, yeah, just be careful. There are some interesting guys out and about, and if things happen to me and my friends, we won't call the police. Let's just be just be reassured. This will be
So,
handled.
so is a guard card not hard to get?
No, it's very easy to get.
Ah, that's frightening.
Yeah.
Because
It's because it's not
concealed
concealed carry
carry is
permit.
really difficult anywhere but where I live.
You're in what county? You're in Elk Grove.
I'm in Sacramento County and El Dorado County and whatever Rose Hills is.
There was the
It's easy to get them up here. It's very hard to get them in the Bay Area.
there
It's
was a
sort of
landmark update for California where now the whole state is a shall issue state when it comes to CCW. You can message me offline, Dave. I can navigate. If you need help with this, let me know. But
no.
oh, okay, yeah.
I think it's notable that CCW is easy up here and everybody else in
Oh,
California thinks.
absolutely, absolutely, and it
And
has
then the other
improved.
side is if you're telling me a guard card is really easy, boy, I'll want one.
Yeah, yeah. So
You only use it once a year, but being able to open carry,
right, you just need a uniform and like you're going to your job or you're coming from your job, and you.
that
But
changes everything.
but yeah, it does give you a slower workaround. I'm with you, Dave. I'm with you. We're thinking the same thing. So yeah. Again, asset protection, 202 for the advanced hustlers, right? All right, cool. So yeah, very excited for this. We'll see how Hong Kong hops out. And again, this is very bullish for metals, obviously. We're seeing a new entrant into the system, and this will destroy the corrupted London and Chicago exchanges that has no gold and silver. And ironically, we have confirmation through the Epstein emails, through his Gmail inbox, no less, that Fort Knox is empty. And it's just amazing to see what Epstein was on top of, right? So uh and again, Epstein is like the minor leagues of traffickers, right? There was an A-list team that targets higher level status leaders and whatnot. And Epstein was kind of like working the billionaire key accounts list. But yeah, we don't have time to get into that. But yeah, well, anyway. Um, so yeah. Um, and then here's last week's highlights. But yeah, last week's major highlight was PPI was 6%, which is a precursor for consumer price index rises that's at least 6%, right? And Toyota, was it Toyota? No, Honda or Toyota posted their first loss in 70 years. Yeah, here we go. First annual loss.
Honda.
Honda.
I'm buying a CRV pretty soon.
Oh, congratulations. That's excellent. Which year?
The latest, whatever. I want a new one. My last car. I
Uh,
wish it were Toyota, but Toyota's got this problem in many of theirs, but especially in the compact SUV, they have the smallest rear leg room of anything in the class. Period.
okay,
You
I'm
guys still
asking.
there?
Yeah, I'm asking Grok for you. What Honda CRV trims and models to avoid? This is really good because Grok's gonna
No,
parse.
I already know exactly what I want.
Oh, okay.
I'd like to get a hybrid, but I can't get a hybrid because they put the batteries in the spare tire compartment. And I do not drive without a full-size spare tire, period.
Very wise. And
End of story.
for thermal runaway risk, I would not fuck with hybrids. Because you got Indians and Asians driving around, and yeah. All right, let's see. Honda CRV, it's its sixth generation. It's one of the
No, I'm going to
best.
get a two-wheel drive, gas only, EXL trim level because I want
Excellent.
to have some color besides black in the inside.
Excellent.
Okay.
There's what else? Subaru Forester, a little bit more tall driver friendly.
No, it's four-wheel
RAV4.
drive. It's four-wheel drive. I refuse to deal with having a tire go out and having to replace all four tires. That's bullshit.
I'm with you. I'm with you. All right, excellent. I concur. Yeah.
A Honda is not as reliable as a Toyota, but I'm going to spend $40,000 for a car that I cannot fit into the back seat. Period. Come on.
Oh, Larry, wait, have you shopped this out yet? You should talk to my car wholesaler. Then you skip the whole dealer experience. He'll have everything arranged. He'll drive the car to your house.
Yeah,
You sign and you're
I
done.
know how that works. I'd forgotten about that since I know exactly what I want.
Exactly. So if you know what you want,
Yeah,
yeah, everything
drop
gets
it. Drop,
handled.
drop it in a text to me.
You got it, sir. Let me this is how I built my the covalent metrology car. I designed and then bought. Anyway, yeah, I'll send this to you, sir. I hope he's still in business. I haven't talked to him in a little bit, but yeah, I'll send this to you. Uh, da, da, da. All right,
I mean,
Larry, just sent.
everybody's talking about the Nissan Rogue. The Nissan Rogue has a 3-cylinder turbocharged engine with a timing belt with their new technology that Ford and Nissan and some others use, which is called wet timing belt. So they dip the rubber timing belt in oil and they expect it to last 120,000 miles. They are as nutty as Elon.
I heard this too.
A wet timing belt? How the
Son
hell is
went
that?
down the toilet.
That's hilarious. Uh,
It's the new Ford technology on a 3-cylinder engine.
a
Give me a
turbo,
fucking break.
a
A
turbo
turbocharged 3-cylinder engine
That's
that's hotter
hilarious.
than hell with a timing belt that's soaked in oil.
Yeah, I've heard that for that's a long time.
This is gonna
I
be
don't
a
understand how a $40,000 car doesn't have a metal timing belt. It just,
Well, the
right.
Honda V6s are timing belts. I didn't know that.
a timing chain.
So the Odyssey and anything with it, the old Accords with a V6, it's got a timing belt. In this day and age,
Yeah. That's why I like the Toyota Highlanders, timing chain. So yeah,
Any timing chain. I
yeah,
refuse to have a timing belt. I
yeah.
refuse. I changed one once.
And I didn't know timing chains can fail, and now I know what it
Oh
sounds
yeah,
like.
yeah. Timing chain. Timing chains can fail.
Yeah,
Timing belts will fail.
yeah,
Timing belts are known to fail. You have to assume in 100,000 miles you might have a timing belt.
okay, yeah.
150 for sure.
But
So
yes,
And if you
at the
got it,
prices,
if you got an interference engine, good fucking luck.
yeah.
yeah,
Well, Larry knows all the details. I can tell.
yes, sir. But yes, Honda reported its first loss in March 2026, and Toyota just reported their first operating loss just now. Oh, sorry. In fiscal 0809. Never mind. I misread. Okay. Oh, it's Honda. Yeah, okay. So yeah, the EV investments were cited as the main reason. So interesting. All right, cool. We talked about Korea. Let's get back to our notes. Talked about gold and silver. Okay, yeah, that's about it. Let's see if I can fire up toss and we can look at indexes live. Oh, I didn't get a chance to go to Saturday's meeting. How did it go? Faja, did you guys go?
I thought one of the best I've ever attended.
Oh, excellent. I'll check it out.
I mean, she's progressed a long way since when I first brought her in, what, 8, 9 years ago.
You brought her in? That's so cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I also remember her. I saw her first Tasty Trade show.
Yeah.
She came to
Yeah, I
Sacramento.
don't watch AC Trade. I brought her into SVOG.
Faja's really nice. She's really posh too.
It was a little disorganized, but still the content was really good.
Yeah,
For
she's really smart. And she's
somebody
one of
for somebody high
yeah, and for
maybe
it's
the experienced traders on this call, but for somebody at my level, I thought it was really good.
okay, I'll check it out and report back. But yeah, she represents the rare older Indian female demographic. Like it's just her. I think the other guy has already died. Is it Ravi? I think he died already. Um, but yeah, like, there's
Tony
just
from
not,
Mexico.
huh?
Tony, she brought up Tony from Mexico, who was the other guy who
Oh, okay.
he had real money. He
Oh, okay.
trades naked FBX options for
Oh,
that 3x multiplier
holy shit.
return.
Yeah,
The
I'm a little skeptical of the Tasty Trade gang. I remember when Sosnoff brought Karen the Super Trader in.
super trader Karen.
Yeah.
SPX butterflies to hell, right? And management fees to hell.
Yep, SEC all over you.
Yeah,
I was never a fan, but it kept me busy.
that's what she said.
Kept my mind working.
All right. My swab is still having issues. It's just not talking to Zoom. Well, oh man. Yeah, balloon ball. I'm not sure what's going on. My Zoom is not updating, or I'm not compliant. Okay, maybe we'll end today's episode a little bit sooner then. We'll skip the toss stuff because I can't get swapped to work. Ugh.
So, what's happening besides Macy? He's a libertarian. He made all the mistakes the libertarians did. Damn it.
Yeah, I mean he's just a normal straight shooting kind of guy. Like it's he's
Well, no, but he made all the mistakes the libertarians did. I
well
mean,
yeah.
he did everything on his own. He wouldn't team up with anybody. He openly attacked a lot of people. He made enemies. he's in the Fed, which drives me nuts, and I want to kick him in the shins every time he says something. Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us who realized that he was sort of a he was a disruptor. Is simplest way to say it.
Yeah. Look, whatever makes Miriam Adelson upset makes me happy. Oh, like that's fundamental. We want to piss off Larry Fink and Miriam.
Okay.
All right. All right, we'll just call it here, guys. Because my bladder's exploding, and let's call it here. All right, cool. But yeah, we'll talk over Discord. Please stay safe, stay hedged. Market's crazy. We might see the correction. Dr. Burry on Twitter calls it like we're minutes away from a crash. I don't know, but the Korean situation does scare me. The Japanese bond situation terrifies me, and global bond yields are astronomical. And because of what happened in Kentucky, we've told long-term bondholders and the bond vigilantes that we're going to be irresponsible to the end. So they're going to pull out and pivot to energy and commodities. It's obvious. So it's already starting. So in a way, Kentucky helps to it's helped setting up the next short squeeze for commodities. So um maybe time to get back into fertilizers and all that good stuff. So yeah, we will stay abreast of the situation. All right. All right. Stay safe, guys. Stay hedged. We'll chat soon. Take care.
Thanks.
Yep. Bye-bye.